Hi, everybody.
Hey everybody, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
To the left, or whatever that is. Mr. O, look at your screen.
Mr. O and me, Banshee. Well, how'd that happen?
Because the camera's not working. Oh,
Oh,
continue.
well, welcome to the show. We'll fix that camera a little bit better. And
We will.
I think I see some new names here, I think. So welcome, welcome. If you are new, welcome to the show. And I'm going to have to backtrack a little bit and get everybody's questions. Mr. O can probably make some very important announcements during that time. However,
I'm tired. How's that for an announcement?
However, we're going to start off with the cards for the collective, all right, which is coming today from the Liminal Forest Oracle by M.J. Coulinan.
Alrighty. Yeah, so welcome to our show. Usually Thursday nights is a little bit slower than our Sunday. Last Sunday was nearly a madhouse.
Oh,
We had to close the list within 12 minutes because we had
was it last Sunday? Yeah, I guess it
yeah.
was. Yeah, it's crazy. All right, let me get
But one announcement I would like to make is that
make it out when I'm doing the lists. But lip sealed. He's like, "Grr, I'll forget it by then." Do you have the volume off? Put the volume back on.
I'm just not talking, that's all.
Okay. So,
Is this
and
what you're
Sonny's
referring to?
sniffling.
Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, that's what I was referring to.
Well, but see, there's a toggle here for when I want to do that.
All right, what's the
Secrets
card?
of the trade. Signs reverse.
Nope, it's upright. They're all
And
upright.
it looks reversed to me.
And what was it again?
Signs
Fine.
reverse.
It's upright. We only read these upright. All right. Well, let's see what she says first. When we are in a place where we feel at one with nature, our senses open to the subtle messages and signs that the universe constantly offers. Excuse me. It may be a branch pointing the way, the song of a bird or a caw of a crow, or the gentle caress of the wind. Profound messages are all around us if we are attuned to receive them. In its infinite wisdom, nature mirrors life's ebb and flow and acts as a conduit for universal energy. By immersing ourselves in its beauty and tranquility, we align our vibrations with that of the cosmos. This harmonious connection allows us to decipher the guidance embedded in our surroundings. Thus, the answers we seek are not often found in the cacophony of the modern world, but in the serene embrace of the natural one. This is not to say that signs are not found in the city. I see them daily while walking my pups, whether it be a single vibrant rose on a plant near death, three crows eyeing me from a branch, or the not one but two dead rats in my yard merely days before a significant legal issue shook my life over the summer. When we align ourselves with the energy of nature, we are not separate from it. Instead, we move with it, and in return, it moves with us, like a trusted friend joining us on a walk. And let's not forget that these signs that we see sometimes and that we even see in nature could be things that are being sent to us from our allies up above on the other side. You know, our ancestors often come to us through birds, different unusual birds visiting and things like that. So look for signs in this week ahead. And if you're befuddled about anything, you know, if you're searching for answers, take a walk in nature and try to see if it calls to you, if it comes to you.
Signs, signs everywhere, a sign. Do this, don't do that. Can't you read the sign?
And, you know, she talked about whether you see them or not in the city. Well, we're not in a big city anymore, but we're really in like a metro area.
Hmm.
And so it's busy. It's busy. We're in a condo complex here, and I get all kinds of unusual things out my patio window here
It
that I
makes
see
me
from time to time.
scared.
Definitely
No.
signs, a hawk here and there, or ducks waddling through, whatever the case may be.
Hi, Erin.
Hi, Ari. We'll get you on the list.
You've changed your name again.
Wow, all these different names I'm seeing tonight, including familiar people with different names. As a matter of fact, I am going to copy that one, Ari, so I can get it in easily. All right, so Mr. O.
Let the announcements proceed,
Oh, drat.
right?
Yeah, I screwed up though. Let me see what I can do. Hold on. Yep, go ahead.
Alrighty. Well, welcome everyone to TFT Tarot for Today. And by the way, tomorrow is the sun moving into Sagittarius, which means we will be preparing our monthly modality message. It'll probably come out in the evening. I'm not exactly sure where I'm putting it. But the modality message is for people who can tune into their modality energies. You know, everybody knows their zodiac's elemental alignment, but not everybody understands exactly how their modality alignment works. So this gives you a really great guide to how your modality energies can affect outcomes in the month ahead. And so that'll be tomorrow, the monthly modality message. Check it out on our YouTube channel. Also, we want to remind everybody that our happy hour program on Saturday will be at 4 p.m. because I'm working my regular job in the morning. So once in a while, we do have to put it in the afternoon rather than its regular time. So if you're new, come to the happy hour. It's a message of positivity, possibly even uh, divine implications. There's the signs for it. Now, like I said, it's not at 10 a.m. It will be at 4 p.m. But if you're subscribed to our channel, of course, you will get a notification. It is a live show, 1 hour approximately, and we seek to just give a happy card or message for everybody in the chat room. So really, no questions are being asked. We're just kind of giving everybody something for that next week that gives them that sense of a divine, prosperous, positive message. And while you're at it, don't forget to come back to our channel on Sunday mornings. Banshee's here at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Sunday mornings for the Material Matters. And it's her reading for every sign of the zodiac, telling you what the financial and economic trends or high points are to look for in the week ahead. So once again, that's Banshee's Material Matters, Sundays at 10 a.m. And of course, we are live again later on Sunday afternoon for a show pretty much like this one, only much more busy. And it's not likely you'll get in if you come in 10 minutes later, apparently, because we usually have enough people in to close the list. So thank you, Sunshine.
Did you forget something
What?
important because it was your recommendation anyway? Next week, Thursday?
Oh, well,
It's
there's
important.
plenty of time to get around to that one in
No, right now is the
2 hours.
right now is
Why,
the
of
time.
course.
Right
Why, of
now.
course. Right now. Who needs to be married when you have Banshee as your partner? So here we go. That means next Thursday, which in America, Canada, some places of the world, Thanksgiving is celebrated, but we normally have a show Thursday nights. It won't be that night. We have done it before on Thanksgiving, but we're just a little bit too busy this Thanksgiving. We got things to do, places to be, all of that kind of stuff. So we're giving ourselves one more night off Thanksgiving. So we won't be here a week from tonight. So miss us. There, how did I do, dear?
You did special.
Spatial.
Oh, YouTube changed your name. Okay.
Who did?
Sunshine is saying YouTube changed the name.
I knew it was pretty innocent like that, but someone seemed to be really perturbed about it and mystified.
Me, I'm confused. I want to know who everybody is. And now it seems like a mystery. All right, I think I've got everybody who put questions in. I'm not completely sure, but I've got a number of them. So we're going to get started. Let's get started. It might be a short show, it might be busier. People tend to come in as we move on. Oh, you're Cherry Blossom. Okay, thank
Are
you.
you saying it changed your name to Sunshine now? That's kind of weird.
There's weird stuff going on with these platforms lately. I don't know.
All right, so I'm doing Libra, right?
You are doing Libra. I'm posting the list right now. And if I missed anybody, please let me know.
And Libra, I'm going to start off with my Buffy the Vampire Slayer tarot.
And Libra wants to know what's coming towards me.
All right. And we had another copy of this deck, which was recently awarded to someone here in the chat room tonight. And we sent it away to them. And we do that from time to time, maybe once a year, maybe twice a year. We'll have a little giveaway of some of our extras or things that we're just not going to keep anymore.
Well, or that we just got duplicates of. People buy us tarot decks a lot.
Even though we
Our
count.
friends, our family, and we may have them already, unbeknownst to them. And so we give them away. I accidentally bought the wrong deck one time, and so that was a giveaway because I already had the deck I bought. I meant to get a different deck, and stuff like that. We like to share.
I'm glad you like it, CJ.
All
I like
right.
it a lot. I have so many decks, though, I can't use them all the time. So I'm glad I
See,
switched
they
up.
got the Buffy one. Is
Yep,
that right?
that is correct. Alrighty, so Libra says, what's coming towards me in the next few days? Let's find out. So first card, ow, it's the Tower.
Ooh. So it's for Libra. What's coming towards the Tower?
Right.
Libra.
And then it's the reverse Nine of Pentacles. What do you want?
There, that's one.
And then it's the reversed Ace of Chalices, or Ace of
Something's
Cups.
going down, Libra. And here,
The Dog. And the Sith. Don't hurt the puppy.
well, something is up here. I don't know. I wonder if a shock or a surprise circumstances. We know the tower usually signifies something that comes out of the blue, but not completely. You might have been experiencing some signs that something was not right, Libra. Maybe this has been haunting you for a while, that something's going to happen, and guess what? The tower says, yes, something's going to happen. And when it hits, it kind of hits anyway, like a shock, or that you're just unprepared for it. You're not sure how to react. And that's what I see here. But the tower brings knowledge. The tower brings wisdom. The tower brings things that must come down that were on shaky ground to begin with. And once the dust settles, you can pick up the pieces and create something better, because you're not going to go through the same thing again when the tower is upright, most likely.
That's a real big ouch moment. And the really interesting thing is the next card, the Nine of Pentacles,
Yes.
more or less says it's out of the blue. You're not prepared for it.
What's the Nine of Pentacles now on?
It says Pentacles, and that's
Right.
what I said the first time.
Okay.
Nine of Pentacles reversed. So you're not prepared. Okay, I'm sorry.
You got me.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. I'm glad I got
I'll
it.
let you go because you won.
You know what? The Nine of Pentacles is not as foreboding a card. However, it is surrounded by negative cards. So I have to say that whatever happens here is leaving you feel very unsettled and insecure, because the Nine of Pentacles is about being in a secure, stable place generally. And even reversed, it's usually not bad. But I have to say that I'm feeling a little bit more of the negative here and saying that it's making you feel really insecure or uncomfortable about whatever is being revealed here or comes out here or happens. It's making you feel bad. And with the Ace of Cups reversed, it's indicating it's hitting you on an emotional level. So I do tend to feel, Libra, that this has to do with either family, friends, emotional relationships. Something is just going to hit you kind of hard, during this holiday week.
I think because the Nine of Pentacles figure was like them standing above, I sort of transmitted it to the Nine of Wands, the idea of the preparedness or the opposite. So I get it. I'm sorry about that. It does absolutely feel like a really breaking away process that leaves you, feeling, you're sort of naked or vulnerable in a way. And I have the feeling that this is definitely about a strong relationship, because not only is that Ace of Cups there reversed, and of course that implies that maybe it's something new, like maybe it's a newer situation
B.
or something that transitioned to a newer thing. But you have the Sith pointing towards the dog. And so it sort of feels like it's detracting from something that was a loyal friend or a friend of some note.
Right, this almost feels like you might be at the point of potentially cutting ties with someone
Mhm.
or they with you. And maybe that's the shocker here. So, it may, I mean, it looks insurmountable. And I would just say this, if you're really having difficulties with anyone, it's kind of like maybe, that's just giving you a heads up to the writing on the wall here that this isn't meant to last. And whether it totally comes crashing down this week or it's just, kind of a prelude to it happening, something is going down, I think, with a friend or family member, something like that.
The thing about the
Lover.
tower is that even when it crashes, there still may be an opportunity to learn or gain some insight about this, and maybe eventually reverse it, or at least come to some better terms with it.
Yeah, I can't say that it's gone forever, but it's gone for now
Yeah.
and or it will be. And maybe it's just a matter of needing a time out, needing a time out. But that sixth in the dog, it kind of indicates to me that maybe you're feeling as though you trust is lost here. It's going to take a lot if it does come back to rebuild trust again. Whew, what a bad start. Sorry about that, Libra. Good luck with that.
And you're welcome.
And we are on CJ, and CJ wants whatever comes out for me. So that's nice. Okay, we will do that. Oops, did I do that right? I did. And let me get that. And my deck. All right, I'm going to use out of the many decks here.
There you are.
I'm going to use the unfinished business tarot. A lot of my ghost decks are going to go away for the season. Let's be bringing out some other. Oh, I'm sorry. Here you go.
At some
Scotty is
point,
a. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
At some point tonight, I'm gonna open up and use for the first time a newer deck. It's not brand new, so I'm not gonna do an unboxing for it. But it is, and you know who just picked it up for me, an additional birthday gift to my recent birthday. It's I gotta show the picture of it, I
Yeah.
think. The Legend of Sleepy Hollow deck
Yeah.
by Nick Lawyer. Yep, Nick Lawyer. And it's a pretty cool deck. I really liked it. It's definitely got a bit of the Rider-Waite style, the traditional style. So I don't think there'll be any curves. Some tarot, comes out with some, kind of different observations that we can take to heart. This one looks pretty typical. The other thing about it was it reminded me of at least two other decks that we have. I'll talk more about that in the future.
The Hierophant is reversed. Oh. Seven of Swords is upright. Wow. And the Lovers is upright. Well, it's an interesting combination. And spoiler alert, the Seven of Swords is our card of the day for tomorrow. So, which will be being posted on social media. So that's interesting. It's popped up here. And
In the Lenormand, I'll throw these out there.
yeah, go ahead.
The mice and the birds. It's like a menagerie.
Well, we got to remember, people, Mercury is still retrograde. Might be till the end of this month, maybe early into December. I'm not
That
sure.
shadow period, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. So when it's going back direct, but I will say that I felt it pick up. I had a surprise dentist appointment today. I had to go in because of a problem, and it ruined my workout. And I blame Mercury retrograde for everything. So the thing is, I feel a little bit of that energy here. I think it is kind of ratcheting up again, too. I'm getting that feeling. And when I look at the Seven of Swords, the Seven of Swords is something being exposed or revealed, is coming towards you, CJ. That stands out to me today. And I think or maybe something you didn't want other people to know is going to get out there somehow. Maybe you entrusted it with someone that, decided to finally say something, couldn't hold it in any longer,
Hi,
or
Carol.
vice versa. And so, oh, hey, Carol, I'll get you on. And so I think this card could be kind of surprising and maybe cause a little bit of disruption. Um, and with the, God, what's the last card again? I forgot.
The lovers.
Well, the lovers. Okay. So the lovers is saying to me, you've got to make real wise choices in how you're going to handle this situation. Maybe you'll have to think outside the box, which is why the Hierophant reversed is here. The Hierophant wants you to think differently, when he's reversed. Not follow patterns, not follow structures, not maybe taking a knee jerk reaction, but thinking differently on how to handle and manage the situation when it comes about. And I'm just going to finish it because I feel here this may have something to do with some communications with others, whether it's somebody on social media, or in a forum or somewhere, but it's definitely connected, I feel, to networking or some dialogue with others.
It's gossip.
It could be gossip.
It
It
may
could
be
very well be.
it may be some sort of mini gossip scandal kind of thing. And of course, therefore, more than 50% likely malicious and not really true. I get the feeling like maybe you're finding out about it. Maybe it's about you, and so you're concerned because it's not true and it puts you in a bad light. But I also get the feeling like maybe it's just about somebody you know and like, and so it's causing you to re-examine yourself with that person. Maybe that's what the out-of-box thinking is you're thinking to yourself like, well, I've known person X for a while and I didn't feel blah, blah, blah about them. Why is this happening?
Somebody's pulling you into their drama.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's very
That
good.
could be.
And of course, when you throw in the lovers too, the idea about really trying to ascertain which is right or not, or which is scandalous or not, because that's the other idea behind the lovers too, is that something looks too good to be true, it probably isn't, or something looks like, oh, it's a little tainted, but it's sort of interesting. There's a lot of mixed emotions or feelings with these kind of situations, because when you know somebody, you're inclined to want to believe them, and so when you hear something new, the communication that makes you a little anxious or makes you wonder, you do want to check it out maybe.
Yeah. So one way or another, something is getting exposed, revealed, or gossiped about, and it's going to affect you. Whether you're the one that's being exposed or being gossiped about, right? Or somebody else. You've got to rise above this. Don't be like the people who are gossiping and slandering. Just rise above this, think and act differently about the situation, and don't fall into their dramas.
Good luck.
Good luck with that. Wow, what's with the cards today? I think it's
Mercury
Mercury. By the
retrograde.
way, I shook up all my decks before the show. I'm sure Mr. O did a shuffle there with his, but I mixed these up really well. So we'll see what happens here. All right, we're going to move on to. Good luck with that, CJ. We're going to move on to Nada. Is that you, Nada? Everybody's getting longer names. It's crazy.
Yeah, I wonder if that's who that is, right?
All right. And, yep, I knew it. Okay. So let me just fix something here and get your question.
Crazy old YouTube, go home, you're drunk.
What? YouTube?
YouTube, you're drunk, go
YouTube
home.
is drunk. All right, so Nana wants to know what is coming towards her this week. Okay.
All right.
All right.
And here's that other card I forgot.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right.
Okay, and I'm going to use my uncommon tarot.
I'm going to use some of my ghost decks since they're going bye-bye. All right. Back here.
And I'll mention briefly too that my relationship, emotional related reading for the signs of the zodiac, and that's the outlook on the emotional exchanges. That's Friday mornings. It starts at 7. It's a recorded show. You can catch it anytime you want though, because it's recorded. And there are time stamps so you can navigate exactly to your zodiac sign. Simple reading, 2 cards.
Did I forget to get Kara on the list? I did.
How could you forget Kara?
I don't know. That was very bad of me. But I've done it before, haven't I, Kara? I'm sorry.
Oh, it's like we're taking her for granted.
Oh, no, we're not. Sheesh. I would not do that.
So, what is coming for Nada this week? And our first card is the reversed Knight of Wands. Is that the Knight of Wands? Yes. No, I'm sorry. It's the Three of Wands. Excuse me. Three of Wands. But it's reversed.
Okay.
And then we have
Yeah.
the Hermit reversed. It's like got a typography that's sort of like a handwriting, but it's really small and semi-obscure. The final card is uh it's called the Alchemist, but it's um
What number?
16 or 14. It's 14.
Oh, then it's
It's
temperance.
temperance.
Yeah, the alchemist, that would make sense.
I
Yeah.
know, I just couldn't, my brain is different these days.
All right. So we got the Three of Wands reversed, the Hermit reversed, and the Alchemist temperance upright.
Upright, yes.
Interesting combo. Ah, we've got the dark cloud, so.
M's dark, all right.
And the ship.
Ship is sailing there.
Well, this week, and like I said, I'm seeing this already. Like this is our third reading, and there's some stuff going on a little bit here. I think Hermit's reversed too.
Yes.
Well, I think I got to take this a card at a time, but looking at that Three of Wands, it looks to me as though maybe something you were hoping might happen or develop this week gets postponed or delayed, or, it might be something that just you put a lot of work into something and maybe nothing's happening, nothing is coming through. And so now is a time to re-strategize, to rethink your strategy about how to really make something happen that seems to be stuck or not happening for you.
Well, I'm going to see these cards in a more
Combined.
combined, but
Okay.
also less in the potential for maybe a work situation or something beyond more personal. I sort of think this is kind of intrapersonal relationships, like maybe
Hmm.
an opportunity is missed with a friendship. Maybe you were supposed to meet somebody and there's a delay there, or there's something going on that sort of feels like you have to kind of make a statement about this. You have to come out, the Hermit reversed, and maybe explain something or kind of find a sense of balance with the scales there. That's temperance there. It sort of feels like something that you have to explain for some reason because either you were supposed to do it, a commitment of some sort, of a personal nature is what I'm feeling, but you let it go perhaps. And so what you may find out is that now you have to kind of account for that in some way. You have to make a certain sense of an amend or balance this thing. Maybe you're supposed to host for something like that. I'm not really sure. I'm going to leave it there.
Yeah, we'll add you, Celia. I was just going to type that, but I know.
Hi, Ceiling.
Um, a minute. All right. Okay. You did the Hermit?
I went kind of all the way
Oh,
through
you went all the way
because
through.
I sort of saw a connection there.
Well,
I'll let you do the
there
same.
is something going on here, and it could have to do with, uh, well, I think here that from what I said before, that maybe this is something that you needed to put a little bit more work into or re strategize how to approach something. And I think part of it has to do with your ability to be seen and be part of something bigger. I don't know if this is a social kind of card, you're looking for more friends or more social activities, or if you're looking for a relationship, it just seems as though something has to, something something has to change here in the way that you approach it. I also think this could be, interestingly enough, um, sometimes the Three of Wands, like the Two a little bit, is about adventure a little bit or stepping outside your comfort zone a little bit. And I think with the Hermit reversed, there still may be a little bit of uncomfortability with that, Nada. There's just the Hermit reverse sometimes indicates the hermit being in his cave there and not actually wanting to come back out. Maybe feeling more safer, more secure in their little bubble or their little cave. And so, that's not going to get you where you want to be. And that last card again, temperance upright. You need to find balance here. Sometimes I think we do need to have quiet times and we need to have reflective times, but we shouldn't use those times to avoid, getting ourselves out there and getting what we want out of life. And so there has to be a balance between the two here. And you have to find balance in your wants, what you feel you are capable of, and working through what's holding you back. I think here something is holding you back from achieving something. And right now you're moving through a period of uncertainty, maybe a little bit of nervousness or anxiety about, something needs to change. Something needs to shift this week, but you're just not sure how to do it. And what I would suggest to you is do a lot of internal work still this week. I really think that's your best bet right now, is to try to sort things out, because Mercury is still retrograde, right? And we shouldn't make any major moves or changes during this time. It can be a little bit tricky. So you might just want to plan ahead, for a new strategy for approaching, maybe getting out there and going after what you really want in life.
So whether it's more personal or more professional work, career related, something maybe challenges you to kind of come from your comfort zone, and try to rebalance everything. And it will be movement through some uncomfortable areas, I guess.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think. And that's what it is. And so, but that's how we grow. We have to confront, what little shadows may be within us that hold us back or are giving us negative speak, all of that. Sometimes they're there to protect us, but sometimes they're there and they're overprotecting us.
And I kind of lean towards the idea that maybe this was maybe about something that you needed to do, but you missed the opportunity to do it. And so some of this is kind of rectifying that, but it still has that sense of an uncomfortable feeling, but will provide some growth. This is about maybe redeeming yourself in your own eyes as well as others too, if that's sort of pertinent to the situation.
So seems a little lofty for the week ahead, but I would say this is just a time for reflection and looking deeply at why, things aren't working out the way you had hoped, that what more you need to do. Do you need to come out more? Do you need to come out of your shell more? Do something in order to achieve more balance and stability and happiness in your life and peace. So, you can have it. You can have it. Um, Climbing the career ladder, or finding the right relationship, does not have to be stressful. It can be a happy journey too. You just have to find the balance in order to do so. And I just feel right now, I swear, these two cards here, this moving into the clouds, like that, the dark clouds, this sounds so Mercury retrograde to me. It really does. So just take it easy on yourself this week. No high expectations. Do a lot of inner work. Good luck with that. And Emily is up.
You're welcome.
And let me get Emily's question is, does D see a future with me, and is he thinking of how to move towards me? So let me get that out there. All right. And I pulled a deck. That's right.
You're welcome, Shirley. Thank you.
Oh, surely. You're very welcome. That's what we do. Hey, we had a great anniversary dinner with our son. Our birthday, celebrating Mr. O's birthday on Tuesday, and our anniversary. Oh, we had Mediterranean feast.
Yeah, we still have leftovers. I took some to work today, so that was nice.
It was really good, and it was nice. And so we had a great week. We had a great week. We had last week when we were off Thursday. We were at Firekeepers Casino Resort Hotel,
Thank you, Shirley.
enjoying a comfortable stay.
Yeah, and I actually think we're going to go back there for your birthday next year.
Yay! You really? Oh, I'm going to keep that thought in mind.
What day of the week is your birthday? Do you know?
I don't know yet. I don't.
Well, it could be dependent on that.
The weekends will probably be crowded there if it ends up on a weekend this year. I'm not sure. All right, let's check this situation out about D. A future, and is he thinking how to move towards me? Let's see what we see here. Oh, wow, have we been having the cards here today?
Everyone is entitled to come back after Mercury goes direct. and ask again.
It's the Five of Wands upright. And it's the Page of Wands upright. Hmm, very interesting. The Two of Swords upright. Curious to see the Lenormand on this.
The garden.
You pulled two, didn't you?
Yeah, I really want that one though.
All right. Well,
I didn't see the other one, so I don't.
okay.
Yes. The letter. Okay.
Well, it's just an interesting combination.
I
I
think so.
think there might be some movement towards you, but it's not going to be right away. Let me just put it that way. Sees a future with you. Maybe. I think that maybe Dee feels that maybe more. Are you in touch with Dee at all? I mean, are you talking? Are you seeing each other right now?
Thanks, Ari.
I'll be curious to know that because this looks like more dialogue and conversation may be needed here. I think, more engagement with each other for sure is needed here in order in order for him to decide whether, he wants to begin something that has a future here.
Okay, she answered.
Um, oh, yes. Okay.
Thanks,
Okay.
Kara.
So I think here that, and they're really in still a thought process here. So that Two of Wands kind of indicates us, or I'm sorry, Swords kind of indicates a stalemate to me. Like they're not ready to make a move yet. They're still thinking about things. So my personal feeling is the more engagement you have with this person, the better. And I think that something could start to move forward here. The page is the beginning of something new. So if you've already got some type of relationship going, this may indicate something deeper. This is definitely like an invitation to something. I
Well,
know we'll talk about that later. Go
I
ahead.
I was actually wondering, Emily, if the sense of where things are now is more or less exclusive, because that first card hit me that maybe there were other datings going on, and some other things I've seen since then make me wonder if, like, maybe there was nothing that was explicitly exclusive at this point, so there was the possibility that there were some other people that could be on the sidelines, or that there could be, casual dating of some sort. Um, so that's the only card directly that led to that. The Page of Wands itself sort of has a sense that, I don't know, I feel like there's some other news or situation that maybe, is it D? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Is it D?
Yep.
um, could be waiting for, and that maybe D is actually straddling the line there, the Two of Swords, because maybe they have more than one choice to make, and the letter and the garden sort of brings that back to me too. Like maybe D hasn't really decided that they want to be exclusive yet, as the feeling I'm getting here.
Well, did you see what she wrote about that? I think here something
Ah, okay, okay.
I think here, the way I'm looking at the cards, again, I just want to say, I feel that more dialogue is needed here, that you guys can then better determine if this would really be right. I mean, maybe you get along well at work, maybe you're getting to know this person more, but do they really know enough to feel comfortable about making that move? Because The page can be beginnings. The page is a messenger as well. So he brought up the fact of news, but a lot of times the page can be about a romantic invitation. It could be a first date kind of thing. It could be just going out for more coffee and activities together.
I like that because actually, to me, that energy combines
Right,
with the letter,
right.
which is also the message, and the garden, which is the public. So maybe it begins by you perhaps inviting him for coffee after work or something like that. Or there's some place that some people from work go to, to hang out, something like that.
And that
You
two
might have to be that person.
the Two of Swords just makes me feel that they must be thinking about you in some way here. They must be.
Yeah.
There's some thought here going on. It's just that they're not ready to make a move yet. However, when I see the letter in the garden, I keep feeling that there could be an invitation to a gathering. Now, that being said, maybe too, this is something that's more work related. Like, for example, at this time of year, a lot of places have holiday parties and stuff, right? Or little luncheons or things like that. So, if anything like that comes along where, you can both be at this place and in a more kind of relaxed environment. I mean, it's still with your coworkers and your bosses, so it can be kind of sticky. But the thing is, if there's anything that comes up, or I gotta say, maybe the possibility exists that either you or him can just say, hey, let's go have lunch somewhere, let's go have coffee, and, extend this even further. I think more dialogue is definitely needed, though, or more kind of camaraderie before things can really possibly gel.
Mhm.
So, just to give you a preliminary answer, there's potential here
I like
for
that.
a future.
And I like the idea that the two swords means he's definitely thinking about this.
Yeah.
So even though he may be playing it a little bit close to the vest, I get the feeling like there is an interaction there. Good luck.
Well, I hope so. I wish you luck with that, Emily. Good luck with
Hi,
that.
Alicia.
Oh, Alicia's here. Okay. Let me get Alicia on the list before Sunshine is up, I believe.
Cherry Blossom.
All right. Unless I skipped over anybody, and I hope not.
And I'll just mention again, happy hour this weekend will be at 4 p.m., not 10 a.m. It's normal time. So if you want a happy, positive message, come check us out this Saturday at 4 p.m.
I will get that question out there. What's coming towards me in the near future?
All right. You're welcome, Emily.
You're welcome, Emily. Good luck with that.
And I'm going to use the Tarot of the Magical Forest. And then I will drop them.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, what other ghost deck do I have that I'm going to be moving on? Ah, this one. There's only 3 in here, so I'm going to use each one of them. Thank you. And let's see. What's coming towards me in the near future? Hi, what's up?
I'm just reading.
Oh, okay.
Mhm. Just a regular reading, or should I do yours?
Uh,
Regular.
what's coming towards me? No, let's do mine. Oh, in the near future. Let's do 3 cards and see.
Alrighty. So the first card is the Four of Swords reversed.
Okay.
The next card is the reversed Nine of
Well,
Swords.
this is good so far.
Yes, this is actually pretty cool. so far. And we blew it then because the last card is reversed strength. Not the worst, actually, but it's kind of interesting because swords is sort of about strength issues. All right. And there's the tree and the rider.
Well, what's coming towards you is a lot of energy. You know, you're going to feel renewed, revitalized, refreshed. Um,
Or 2 out of 3.
any and all of the above. It's just going to be a time with a lot of energy to burn. And part of it I feel is because of this middle card being reversed here. If you've been having some anxious moments of late, if there's been a lot of anxiety or fears about things, it just seems as though either, they dissipate, or you've uncovered things that make you feel less fearful or worried about the future. It's as if something is easing your fears now, and now you feel like just moving forward in your life like gangbusters here. I mean, when I see strength reversed as well, that is a card of a lot of raw power and strength, and directing it towards what you want in life. And it's kind of pushing, compelling you to move forward now. It's interesting too because even though Mercury's retrograde, it's going to be winding down soon. And so I feel like that near future might be just as Mercury's turning direct. Because even in the shadow phase, a lot of people pick up steam again. And I'm almost feeling like it's maybe going to be around that time that this is going to happen. And you're going to really start moving forward on things because you don't have any more self doubts or worries or fears. If something has been haunting you, you're able to put it to bed now. You're able to come to terms with whatever this is, and now you can move forward towards what you desire.
That's pretty sensational. And yes, we're more than a week into the actual retrograde, so it won't be forever. It will be the near future. That energy will happen for you. And this really looks like that. The Four of Swords combining with the Nine of Swords, both reversed, sort of says you're taking a new stance on your own autonomy, on your own mental or physical health. You sort of feeling like you're healing yourself, you're renewing yourself. Something is happening in the near future that kind of maybe sets it off, that you feel like whatever was giving you the major anxiety, it's gone. Some of that could have been transmitted to you by the situations in your life, other people, who just gave you some of that anxiety, and you felt it for yourself, but maybe that's why it'll be easier to get away from it. And I like what Banshee said with strength reversed. It's not negative in this context, because I think what it's saying is that you may have been trying to feel things from the emotional side, and you weren't able to do that totally for whatever reason. Those externals were probably stacked against you. But their release or their push aside gives you the ability now to use physical strength and or intelligence to move towards goals you want to in a really positive manner. You don't have to be weighed down by the emotionality surrounding certain decisions. It's not on you to step on eggshells around certain people or situations.
And what else is coming to you in the near future? Well, I think it all fits in. You are going to be moving into a growth cycle. This is going to be a cycle of growth,
Yeah.
advancement, and that can mean, in any part of your life that you want to move forward on now. So I think here the tree is signifying growth and advancement towards you. The other thing I'll just throw out there, because the Lenormand can be kind of a everyday common kind of divination. And so I also say here that maybe in the next couple weeks, if you are visiting family or old friends, that's possible here. You could be moving towards connecting with People who are close to you, old friends or family. And this is, at least in America here, that's the season to do it, right,
This
Jerry?
is right. I mean, even in any culture, there's always that particular time period, and it's probably around the holidays, where we just sort of feel like we want to reach out to the people we are connected to. And so that's the writer in the tree. You are connecting there. Hi there. And do we know you by another name? Because YouTube seems to be
Giving
mess
everybody names, different
giving everybody
names.
different names.
Or are you new?
Or are you new? At any rate, we'll be glad to read the cards for you.
Yeah, we will add you on the list. I'm doing that right now. And so, Sunshine, this looks like well, gee, this looks like a pretty good period up and
Yeah,
coming, I think.
your near future looks good.
Looks totally bright, and energized, a lot of energy. So apply it to what's really most important to you, what you really want to manifest. And things should go really smoothly. Good luck with that.
Let me check for that. You're after the very next reading, Ameka,
Yeah, so two reading, you're the next reading after this one.
after the
The
current.
one we're going to do right now for Shirley. Shirley is up. I keep reposting the list. You just got to keep looking for it. So here it's going again right now. And this is the current order of the list. So good luck with that, Sunshine, Cherry. Somehow I think that's a good name for you, Sunshine. All right, Shirley's question. May I ask what improvements will be coming my way in my business in the next, 60 to 90 days? Well,
Let's see what we can do.
let's do three cards on that and see what we
All
get.
right.
It's just a projection for that period.
You're welcome, Shirley.
So basically
You're,
1 to 3 months from now, or something like that. Now to 3 months from now. All right.
you're welcome, Cherry.
All right.
All right, your deck, and I need the Lenormand.
And you need those. Yes, you do. There you go. Hopefully some new clients or horses to train, retrain. Well, we shall see. I hope things pick up for you. Sonny is so laid back today. Well, almost every time he comes here, really. All right. Well, is justice reversed? Uh, it's the Queen of Wands reversed. Dang it. And it's the Four of Pentacles reversed. I think you're getting really hammered somehow by this Mercury retrograde, Shirley. What do you got?
Clouds
Oh,
and the Clover.
well, that's a positive. Let's see, but is it positive enough? I feel here that there's just a real lack of, there's definitely imbalances right now that are not favoring you. With the justice reversed, it indicates that, you're just not, you're just not hitting the mark, and it's basically because I don't know if it's because, but that Queen of Wands kind of strikes me here reversed. I'm just thinking here that people are not really, for some reason, seeing or noticing what you really can offer them, I guess. And it's really weird. It seems like you've tried so hard, and it sounds like every time we talk to you that you've done so much, to try to get your message across. Maybe basically what this is saying too is possibly that, this imbalance, this lack of getting things, you know, balanced financially and getting enough clients may be what's kind of withdrawing you a little bit. It's causing you to maybe not shine your light as much or feel less confident about yourself. I'm going to stop with those two.
Okay, and I thought originally we were looking at that as 30, 60, 90 days.
Well, but yes, okay.
So
But
that's how I'm kind of doing
it's
it.
the same thing.
Yeah, and so a part of this wonders if, there are certain, legal things you might have to look into if there's any question about certain paperwork or licensing, or things that just need to be exactly balanced from a legal point of view. That's something you might find in the next month will come to your attention. If it's not that, it could be saying that, there may be some other issues that need decisions, and so it's important that you have enough information to make those decisions if it's about where you're going to invest, in advertising versus, something else. Um, After that, in the next 60 days, then probably the factors that present themselves seem to be, and I know you talk about doing this, so you know what you need to do, but this is just saying really it's important to indicate your personality, your presence of personality. You did them just one at a time, didn't you?
Well,
I'll stop
I
there.
only did the two,
Then I'd
and I
stop.
wasn't doing it as 30, 60,
I know,
90.
but that's what you said before, so that's why I'm thinking.
No, I didn't exactly mean it that way, though.
Okay,
But
that's what
take
I
it.
took from it.
Yeah,
I
that's
did
all right. You
stop
could
with the
read it
second
that way.
card.
All
I could
right.
tell you're getting impatient.
So you are being impatient.
Yeah, you
And
were.
so the last card I forgot because we're prattling here. Okay, it's that's right, the Four of Pentacles.
Hmm.
So I feel here that something needs to be let go of. What that is, I'm not sure. I think it's either something that maybe you keep hoping maybe would draw business, but it hasn't been. Maybe it's time to let it go. You have to let go of something that is not working right now. I think that, there's something, and I'm saying right now, but I'm thinking during this time frame. I'm looking at this as a whole of what's going on here, and I feel that there's just going to be an imbalance, and I hesitate to say this, but it could be through this entire period, and it's because something has to be let go of, something has to shift to bring you more confidence, and possibly get people more interested in what you have to offer. And with the clover and the clouds, I feel here that maybe personally, I feel after again, this Mercury retrograde, I think has been hard on a lot of people in different ways this time. I feel really it has to do with their mental processes a lot. That's just me feeling this way. I think it's really done that a lot. And I feel here that in time, once the clouds clear and once clarity is restored after the shadow period of Mercury retrograde, maybe things are going to start turning around for the better a little bit. I just don't think it's going to reach the potential that you had hoped for, but I do feel here that there is going to be a turnaround within this 30, 60 to 90-day period, and you might see it sporadically throughout. So the challenge for you, Shirley, is going to be how can I make this more consistent?
Well, I covered the first two cards, and I still feel those are kind of valid in the scenario. I got a different feeling from the Four of Pentacles, Shirley, because I got the
Okay.
feeling that maybe within that final period of time, 90 days, the Four of Pentacles represents the idea that you may find you need to invest more in different ways. You need to not hold on to things, but put more into other things. And so some of that could be advertising, but it could also be other investments. This could also say, too, that if it was appropriate, maybe you need to find a way to receive benefit money or investments from other people. Some of that could be, of course, the idea that you're renting to people, either your services or things. Maybe this is saying that's what will happen then. I sort of still feel that it's more on your part that you have to make that investment, but it is possible too that indicates a return to you. Something is coming to you. It's not going away from you.
So the Lenormand, because
The
I
Lenormand, I wasn't sure because to me, I feel that the clover is facing the dark side of the clouds. And so this could be saying that there's luck, but you have to really determine where the luck is because maybe it's disguised from you, or maybe it's hard to see where you're really luckiest. And so your challenge in this time period could be decide that some of this is about luck, taking certain chances. And so you may have to figure out when you think is the best time or the best way to make some of those chances.
And you know, it's funny when I think about that Lenormand a little bit more, I almost feel like you feel like your luck or, this idea of turning things around is really uh is really out of your hands, and in a sense that's what luck is like, the wheel of fortune. You're either in a lucky cycle or you're not, but you feel here this darkness that you're kind of at the mercy of externals right now, and when the winds of fate choose to give you business comes, but it's not enough because you need more consistency. I really kind of feel that here in the card, that's what's lacking. And I think you're going to see some ups and downs because the clover always elevates even the darkest of readings. So I feel here there is going to be some light in this period of time, but it's not going, it's going to come and go. It's just going to come and go, which kind of would make me crazy.
Some of that's consistent with the business cycles for most businesses at the end of the year too, the holiday time. It is a time where people, restructure some of their things. So some of this could just be the natural cycle of things, and that maybe, hopefully, in the new year, things will begin to cycle back up.
Yeah.
We hope so.
Well, we hope so. So good luck with that.
Good luck, Shirley.
All
Hi
right.
there.
Post the
You want to
list.
come up? Come on.
All right.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so Ameka, did we have their question already?
I do.
Alrighty. So
Wait
if
a
you're
minute.
there,
I don't.
I'll look again.
That's one I didn't get. Okay.
That may have been why they were waiting too, because they wanted to put it in later.
Yeah, if you haven't posted a question, post it now. Otherwise, we'll look for it.
Right. What I need to know about Wilson. You did
Okay.
post the question. Okay. Thank you, Amika.
All
All
right.
right. And is that my cards or yours?
That I didn't. I just used these, so it's yours.
Right.
All right. I'm done with the ghost ducks.
Good luck. All right. What do you need to know about Wilson?
Okay. Good luck, Shirley. I like the horses and the clover.
Clover is a good sign. One way or the other, it may mean that it might have a little convoluted course get into you, but luck is going to come. What do you need to know about Wilson?
Hmm. Well, that's interesting.
Okay, so our first card is the reversed Five of Cups. Our next card is the reversed Three of Cups.
Oh,
And then finally, it's the upright King of Swords.
that's good. Well,
And the Sith. And the lilies.
all right.
All right.
Well, the reversed Five of Cups indicates to me that Wilson may be looking for a new relationship or a fresh start or a rekindling of a relationship, if any of those three make sense. They definitely are moving away from a period of more kind of sorrow. I'm looking at that Three of Cups reversed there, and I'm wondering here if they've been through some problems or a breakup, something either, it doesn't have to be a romantic one, but with family even or friends, that there's been some feelings of a lack of support and some sorrow. So, I don't know if they're coming off of that and they want to start something new and, they're ready now. They're ready now.
I wonder if Wilson is in a new situation for them, like maybe they moved to be in the situation where they're in now, or they're no longer connected to some people that maybe had emotional relationships with them of various sorts. So maybe they're separated from a spouse, or they're divorced, or maybe they have children that they don't see anymore. Something feels like maybe they're in a different situation and they're not exactly connected to what was, but they are hopeful perhaps for what may be.
The King of Swords indicates to me that their head is in the right place right now. That they are thinking very strategically, analytically. I know that sounds like
Not sexy.
yeah, not sexy, but but the point is that they're really thinking more logically in terms of what they want out of life, and maybe whatever shakeup they may have occurred in that may have occurred in their life in recent times, maybe has brought this about. I think it's positive.
I think they're a strong personality who pretty much knows their own mind, and so what you need to know about them is that they may be pretty clear at a certain point of what you can expect from them in any sort of relationship. So whether or not this is a casual friendship or if this is possibly moving towards more, I think you'll be able to know that ahead of time. I think you'll also will realize that they are a compassionate and feeling person, but they are also logical and method or process driven.
I like that because on the one hand here we have somebody who has finally, like they've gotten their head together and they're at the point of moving in a more constructive way in their lives are moving forward. I think from a situation where they either felt no support or it was a disharmonious relationship. And when I say that, maybe in their personal life, if they haven't been involved in a divorce or broken relationship or friendship that's really set them back, it could be even a job. It could be something that they were passionate
Something they
about
loved.
that they lost, and they'd been going through a process of recovery from that, and really their head is in the right place right now. And I'm wondering here though about the Lenormand. um, I think right now they may not be, they may be not thinking about any kind of long-term commitments. It's possible here that whatever has happened to them has made them think more about being here now rather than future projecting. I feel like they're cutting back from this idea of planning their life out, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, who they want to be with long term, etc. They just right now want to be in the moment, and they want to be in a happier moment than they have been recently.
Wilson presents as a mature individual who may or may not be older than you, but has definitely perhaps had a little bit more life informing experiences, and so they do sort of feel like life is what you make of it, and sometimes you just have to be in the here and now.
Yep.
Good luck with that.
Good luck with that. And we are on Airy.
And Ari, you did a whole stream of consciousness for us.
Well, Airy, you always give us some background, which is good, but I don't copy and paste all of that. So
Well, I can read some of that back to you if you want.
Uh, I looked at some of it. I kind of get the gist, I think. Um, and
Well, you're pretty clear. You're not letting your mom necessarily, dictate all these things. That's fine. That's reasonable.
all right, all right. Well, it's bound to happen. We're going to conflict with our parents. We certainly had our issues with our own parents.
Yeah.
And our son has some issues with us as he's gotten older now too. Nothing major, we still love each other greatly, but there's some rebellion. There's some
Well, there
rebellion.
comes a time where people are mature enough to realize they want life to go the way they want it to go, like you yourself do. And yet a parent may be saying, well, in my home, these are my rules. And so then you start to weigh that. And most of us have all been through that. I won't rehash too much of my history, but it couldn't have come at a worse time when my parents decided to, force me into my power play of moving out. And
Oh,
I did. But you know what? After I did, it wasn't really very long at all. That certainly with one of my parents, I got along better with them than I ever did because I think it also forced them to look at me in a different light. I was a person who was now staking out their own sense as an adult. Now, they had had my older brother to deal with that too, but if I told the truth, he kind of washed out. Rest in peace, David. Enough said.
all right.
Okay, well, it is the one we just did, Amika, so you could just scroll back to that, hopefully.
Yeah, you could just rewind and watch your reading. We just did it. We
We just
just
finished
finished
it,
it up. So,
and we hope you liked it.
all right. It's okay. People come and go, and we just tell
We
you to
get it.
rewind back.
Yeah.
We'll always do it in the order of the list so you can find it.
And we try to help you navigate.
Well, Six of Wands. Somebody's victorious. Yeah, here it is. Strength reversed.
When push comes to shove,
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I love this version of the Nine of Wands. Look at the fire underneath the butt.
oh, yeah, a whole lot of flaming going on. All right, so shall I read the Lenormand?
Yes, you shall.
Well, the first card
Your
is the
mom.
lady, so that's either you or your
You're your
mom.
mom.
And the next card is the birds. Are your ears burning? Are they buzzing? There's a lot of talking going on.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that, but you should be able to find it. Good luck with that. All right. Well, Ari, I don't know if I want to start with that first card. Um,
They're so pretty. This is the Tarot Secrets, right?
yeah, I really like it. So strength is reversed. That's the card I want to start with, right in the middle. And I feel that, victory and being prepared. Um, it's almost like strength is here. Be prepared. Be prepared that, yes, there will be things that will kind of pull you apart from one another. I think here both of you are very, how do I want to say this? I don't want to say aggressive, but I want to say very forceful powers. Okay. You both have forceful powers, and, they're going to clash from time to time. I feel that way. I look at this. I feel that ultimately, in the end, everybody wins. I don't know why. I'm seeing that Six of Wands there. And I feel like everybody wins because deep down, regardless of what your mom wants to do or say, you'll ultimately realize that she's probably, whether she's right or wrong, she has your best interests at heart here. She supports you. She cares about you. And you care about her. And so ultimately, you will clash. Be prepared for some, kind of jostling of power there. But that's part of adulthood, right?
Well, you say completely rebel, but it could be that you rebel enough. You
Yeah.
rebel enough to get the respect of her for you standing up for your own and realizing that things have changed a little bit. You're always going to be her daughter. She's always going to be your mom. The Nine of Wands at the end there sort of says that maybe you're both standing up for what's right in this new status quo.
Right. You're prepared to fight for what you think is the right choices. Your mom is telling you, for example, one of the things you mentioned there was you shouldn't leave home until you have a full time, you're settled in money and career.
Oh, don't tell your mom this, but when I moved out of home, I had no job. I was unemployed. It can be done.
Well, I was only part-time, but I was and making minimum wage, but they kept me so busy at work, even though I was going to school, I was almost full-time in hours. So I had enough at that time because it was years ago to move out on my own in a small studio kind of style apartment, and it all worked out well. So I met Mr. O.
And life got better, except for her mom.
So believe me, I think that you will lock horns. I think there will just be occasions of it. It's not going to define your whole
As
relationship.
long as you remember to communicate.
Well, that's there. Right. We didn't even get to the Lenormand. Thank you. You want to go with that
Well,
first?
right. I think the key essence of all this is that you will rebel, but the lines of communication remain open. I think that that's what these cards are, the victory card, the stand at alert card. Um, they are signs that really you will work with her in the sense of being open to telling her the truth, communicating to her so she doesn't feel like she has to call the police on you.
What?
I need to get something to drink.
Oh, okay. I could give you another cough drop.
That'll help. You can leave it there.
All right. Um, I just feel the birds and keep your communication lines open and try to be respectful with one another. I think that's the key here is just communicate well and stand up for what you feel is right. I think it's only natural that she's still looking out after you, and it's only natural that you want to test the waters of your adulthood right now. And so I think that there's just going to be an automatic locking of horns here, but it's not going to be defining your relationship with your mom. So I wish you luck with that. Good luck with
Good
that.
luck, Yuri.
Well, we got one more week using this deck too, Mr. O. And
I
you get
love
to
the
pick
deck.
one.
It's very nice.
It is very nice. Thank you. But it's Tess Whitehurst, and like I said, she is an amazing creator. All right. She didn't do the art though. The art is fantastic. All right.
You and those dreams. I'm scared of you, Kara. But if we were on the astral plane together, there's no one I'd rather be at my
Oh,
back.
I'm going to delete that. Wait a minute. What about me? What? All right. Let's see what kind of dream you had. Cards say about my dream about what was I couldn't see and confront. Yeah, okay, I remember you talking about that. I remember that. I might have even mentioned it to Mr. O at the time.
You
Only in
did.
a maze. It felt unnerving and I woke up. Yeah.
Well, I'm probably more of a tarot card reader, even in the astral plane, but maybe I could predict where the next, volley is coming through and then you'd be ready.
Well, she wants to know what it was she couldn't see. She was preparing for something, but that never came out
All
in the
right. Well,
dream what it
I'm going to
was.
use my Legend Arthurian Tarot, very Knights of the Round Table-ish. And I was inspired by your question because I see you in the armor there.
And Sunny's here for you. Did my screen freeze?
Nope.
Oh, oh, there it is.
You
Okay,
know there's a time delay.
I do.
You just don't remember. All right.
Sunny's like, why are you tapping my head?
So what was it you could not see?
Oh,
My. The reversed Seven of Swords. It's an enigma wrapped in a riddle.
well, I think it's going to be revealed. I think it's going to be revealed.
The King of Cups is upright. This one was reversed, the Seven of Swords. And then the Eight of Pentacles upright.
Okay, hold
Uh-oh.
on.
Somebody's got some work for you. More work. Ah! The Cross. Oh no, the anchor. You're going down. No, you're not.
Mr. O.
Those
He's
are neat
always
cards,
such a
though.
downer. But this is a kind of strange reading here. So what was that one again?
Seven of Swords
Yeah.
reversed,
Funny that's come up again, but this
especially in
time,
the context of the question.
yeah, but this time it's reversed, and I think something is going to be maybe you need to be prepared for something you're about to hear or find out. That's and it might be involving some person, but the person looks good. I mean, like a decent person. So it's making me wonder, since I see the cross in the equation, if this is something you need, you're worried about this person in some way. Maybe it's a health issue. Maybe it's something else about them that you find out that is causing some worry. Maybe somebody you love is going to lose a job or something happens and you feel really bad for them because they're a good person.
You may not be able to get all the details. For some reason, maybe it's not going to reveal itself until it does. That's
Well,
Seven of Swords in a way.
that's big
And
amount
it
though.
may be about, something bad about somebody's health or something. Maybe it's about relationship problems that will affect you, people in your sphere.
Family or friends.
Um, but it feels like with the Eight of Pentacles, though, that it kind of presents an opportunity for people to figure out a strategy to get around this. That there is a way to to get around whatever this is, to plan for this or to avoid it.
Well, I think what the Eight of Pentacles is here for is just saying that you're going to have to work through this. You're going to have to work through this because there's a danger here. Because I feel this is leading right into the Lenormand. There's a danger here that you could just get stuck in a cycle of worry and anxiety over what's going on here. So, I mean, this could be what?
It represents a new status quo in maybe somebody's health, either your own or somebody's well-being.
Yeah, this could be a long-term, I can't argue with that. It could be a long-term issue like that that's going to be revealed here. Um, I don't want to get you nervous, but I'm wondering here if that dream wasn't a trying to prepare you for something you're about to hear that could be altering, somebody's path in some way that you care about. Or it could be altering the path between the two of you. Maybe, there's a separation here. Maybe somebody, it could be a man, but it doesn't have to be a man. It could be just somebody moving away or moving, leaving your social circle. And it's disappointing. But I almost think it sounds a little bit deeper than that.
Mhm.
The health thing really kind of struck me, or this idea that maybe they're in a very precarious situation right now that's causing you to worry about them, and that could be, a lack of money, a lack, people. So many people are losing their jobs right now. It's crazy. Um, so it could be anything like that. And so just prepare yourself and maybe I would just suggest do some divination on your own and see if anything strikes you, if anything comes through. I feel that you're going to find something out one way or another, and it's going to be revealed to you in time. My guess is, Kara, that this dream is a pre warning, maybe for something that will burble up after Mercury goes direct. So this may still have some time before it plays out. So you may have time to kind of look at, what's going on in your personal circle and see if anybody's got some issues going on that might escalate. Wow. I don't know.
And
I'm
it
feeling
comes,
a little bit ominous about this one.
there is a little bit of ominous.
Yeah. So
Good luck,
good
Kara.
luck with that. Okay, I didn't get Celia's question. Alicia, I just didn't write them. I have Love Lose, though. I do have that one.
All right, we'll find him. Is that who's up?
Yeah, because they aren't that far up, so you'll probably find it.
How does Empilo think of me? I cut him off and blocked him. He has been very inconsiderate, but he pulled the last stunt for me to say I'm done being friendly after walking away.
Hmm.
Okay, so Empilo.
Okay, I see it now. M. Pilo. Okay, I missed the name. Okay. All right, let's do it.
That'll be your deck, and
Yep.
I'll take the Lenormand.
All right, Celia, we've got that question. How do they feel since you've blocked them?
And, a lot of the questions we're getting, they are, interpersonal kind of relationship questions. But I do feel that the stars that are going on, Mercury retrograde and maybe even Pluto, have a lot to do with these situations in our lives because we're not feeling we understand each other. Even us, we're feeling confused in our dealings with certain people in certain situations. Boy, I had such a meltdown today at work, just because people don't communicate well.
Mercury retrograde. That's for sure. It's true. Ah, okay. I see your question there, Alicia. We'll be getting to you next.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, Celia, let's see what's going on here. Whoa, whoa. I startled Sunman. All right. just like the color tones on this deck. To me, it's very nice to use in the fall. The Emperor is upright.
Yeah, they stand out well.
The Two of Wands is reversed. And the Queen of Pentacles is reversed.
The letter and the stars.
And the what?
Stars.
The stars. Hmm.
Where have you been, stars?
Well, this is kind of interesting. All right, so how do I feel about you, right, since you did this? I kind of feel here that they feel like, well, you certainly tried to take control here, by blocking and cutting them off. They may feel that they were supposed to be, that they were supposed to be in control, but you took control. And I think they recognize that, right? I'm going to go card by card on this
Yeah,
one.
it's pretty good to go card by card here. They are feeling like, not only do you have more control over them in the situation, that if there were peripheral resources, people in the relationship, just friends or whatever, they sort of feel like those forces may not align directly with them now, and sometimes when there's even with just simple friendships, there can be a casualty when friendships part. Somebody gets custody of one, somebody gets custody of the other. What's the next card? Is that the Two of Pentacles?
It's the Two of Wands.
The Two of
There's a
Wands.
branch in there. And see the world? Yeah.
Ah, right, the
Yeah.
world. Mm-hmm.
So the Two of Wands reversed could indicate to me that this totally kind of upended their strategy or their plans. They feel, like you said they were being rude to you and inconsiderate and stuff. Like they lost control of the situation, and now it's back to the drawing board. Whether that means moving on from you, or whatever. It's just like they feel like they've got to recalibrate now.
Right. I'm not sure how connected the relationship was, but there's definitely a sense that they don't feel they're moving forward with you, or that they're even moving into another direction because of knowing you. They sort of feel they've backtracked, or they've revolved the other way, if we wanted to use the world analogy.
And I would say here with the Queen of Pentacles reversed, if I could look at this two ways here, like that's how they feel about you, or that, well, that's sort of the way I'm going with it, is that um they feel a little bitter. They feel bitter. They've kind of, I feel, closed off. And in a sense, considering that you just said that they were inconsiderate and stuff towards you, that's kind of the way I think they feel. They feel still like, you know, uh, I'm happy this is over. They're trying to rationalize everything to
Good point.
themselves now,
I like that.
right?
A sense of rationalization. The Queen of Pentacles, I think they're sort of feeling like they're just letting the chips fall where they may, and they're feeling like we said in number two card, that they will just move on to a different, direction.
Well, but the funny thing is when I look at the Lenormand here, and I just keep thinking
That is a
that
contradiction.
not necessarily, because they may feel the way they're feeling, but they have this hope or this thinking that you're going to contact them again,
Ooh,
that you're going to give in and contact them again, or open the lines of communication with them again. They're kind of full of themselves, I get the feeling here. They still feel like for some reason that they have some power over you. And I just don't like, the way this is looking. It's probably for the best you did what you did.
Right. I can't disagree with Banshee here. I feel that some of the cards were, maybe saying that there's this, but then there's an undercurrent. The undercurrent with some of these cards suggests that they're always going to, at least in the common now, they're going to be thinking about this for a while and or about you. Um, it may be that they might try to initiate contact again. If it happens, it might be in the sense of trying to pretend none of this really happened, or if it did happen, it didn't really matter. It was just, superfluous.
Or they really do feel you're going to break down and call them. And I kind of get
Yeah.
that because I feel here they feel like they have some kind of power over you too. Because I could look at that emperor two ways here, that it's showing you took things that they realize you controlled the narrative here, you just shut it down. And on the other hand, though, they also feel that they had power over you, and so it kind of startled them that you did that. So I think you did the right thing here, frankly. So you're probably better off for doing so. I wish you luck with that, Sile. Good luck.
And Lovelu, I believe, is a cell.
Oh,
Um,
I don't know. Is it?
well, because it's A in the same color tone, and their brother Amir, that might sound familiar. But at any rate, those are our final two, Alicia and Lovelu. So I think we'll close the list here because it's
Oh,
quarter
yeah, we
two.
should. We
It's
should.
quarter two. We appreciate everyone tonight.
Everybody on the list will get a reading, and of course, that's just the two of you now. So
All
let me
right.
pin that.
So let me grab my deck. And I'm going to use the one that I promised I would use earlier, but I have not. It's the Sleepy Hollow Tarot.
You're going to use it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so Alicia's up and wants to know if it's a good time to retry trying to get work bids.
All right. And if we don't feel the answers like vague, we'll do the yes or
Yeah,
no. We'll just see how that goes.
we'll see how it goes. All right. I got the last reading, so what deck will I use for that? Let's see. Oh, what do you got? All right.
And this is the maiden voyage with the Legend of the Sleepy Hollow Tarot. I have not used it before. So you're my first reading, Alicia.
Um, okay, thank you.
That knowing look.
Well, you've done it to me.
Yay, new adventures. That's right. What we like here. Of course, when I turn over the cards and you don't like them or I don't like them, hopefully that won't happen.
All right, let's see.
All right.
Wow, you put that in big print there. List is closed.
Okay. The reversed Four of Swords. This is good. This is a reversal we like.
Yeah. That one, not so much.
Not so much. It's the reverse Ten of Cups.
Ooh. Ah,
But we end with the star, and the star is upright. The rider, the lilies.
Lily's.
Excuse me, I'm really
Yeah, you are.
dry.
Hmm.
Go
Well,
ahead.
I've been kind of blocked up. The leaves have been falling like crazy now here. Now that the weather's really taken a turn. And I have a mold allergy for one, so I always get stuffed up at this time of year. So the Four of Swords again pops up, and that's really a card of re energize. So maybe this is a sign that it is a good time to get things rolling again and start looking for, to retry trying to get work bids. This is a time to do that. And
Yeah, it directly answers the question, really.
now, that being said, you may miss some targets that you were hoping for may not come through for you as you had hoped. It may be a process getting things really fired up and going. The 10 of the 10 of cups indicates to me that just some people that you were hoping to get, work from are not going to be there, are not going to come through.
Right. The way I see it is that if there's a network, a preferred network,
Yeah.
they're not exactly with you, or they're not giving you support or information you need.
It may be that yeah, but the star is here to say there's something out there. There's something out there that could come through for you. I feel here this is a sign of hope. You should remain optimistic and you should go for it. I think you should go for it. I think it may still take a little bit of time for things to start moving. The lilies is here and the rider definitely indicates movement and energy, kind of amplifying that Four of Swords, but the lilies kind of slows it down a little bit. So I almost feel like maybe I don't want to say this is like Shirley, but it is in a way here, in that there will be movement, but it's going to be a little bit slow. So some bids may come through for you, but it's going to take a process and time, and it may not be, and maybe it's going to take time to build up more coming through.
The lilies, as the second card, affects the first card.
Yeah.
And what I'm seeing is because of its properties, that maybe it suggests at some point there will be a course correction where you might have to reallocate how that's going, if that's the right terminology to use.
I kind of like that. I think that I think that maybe too, if some of from the people that you did get rejected or no reply from or whatever, from that experience, it might help you determine a way forward, other avenues for bids, maybe you'll get more ideas. There's definitely some optimism here, and I think movement is going to happen. But it's sort of like Shirley in that it might be up, it might be down. You might get a bid, and then others will fall through. And it's just going to kind of be like that for a little while, I think.
I'm almost wondering too if there's something really slow happening, that what we were saying, or I was saying, the course correction, even though you sort of have this green light to get going. And what the Ten of Cups represents is that maybe, at least at first, you may not be exactly liking where it's going, the answers to the bid, or where the process is going. But ultimately, I think it turns around. And I guess the Lenormand tell you just got to hang in there.
The star just says to go for it. I really
Yeah.
feel here you've kind of, between the Four of Swords reversed and the Rider and the Star, I think it's telling you to go for it. Regardless of, there may be some setbacks along the way. Do it. Go
Well,
for it.
you'll have to let us know, of course, how it went.
Keep us posted. Good luck with that, Alicia.
Thank you.
And we've got Love Lou.
Who Mr. O thinks is a cell. Because YouTube's been reassigning some people's names. You're welcome. Talk to you later.
All right. Okay. Okay, whoopsie. So I've got that question and I'm going to post it. Hang on. It's an interesting one. What is my brother Amir's current emotional and mental state? Is he dealing with any hidden challenges or stresses that he hasn't shared? It's a really good question. Let's see what we can find out. Oopsie.
Thank you for this question.
Okay. All right, we have the Eight of Wands upright. The Two of Swords is reversed. Hmm. And another eight, Strength. Strength is reversed. I have feelings about this.
Me too. And here's what I have here. I have the
Yeah. Hmm.
crossroads and the tree.
Huh.
So I have a feeling that Amir does have some amount of volatility in his life. I'm
How
gonna let
about you
Banshee
go if
take it.
you want?
Okay. The Eight of Swords, I almost wonder if there's a
Eight of
manic
Wands.
Eight of Wands, if there's a manicness or a possible bipolar. Something sort of seems like he moves back and forth from extremes of hyperactivity or a lot of activity, and then
Well,
maybe
that's
close.
movement too.
It's movement too, but it's movement in my mind that sort of seems not as free. It's sort of movement from duress. Like this is the freer movement. This is the movement that says I have to do this.
Well, that's really funny because you know what? I get a lot of that actually from the last card. And I was going to
And
talk
I
about
I felt
that.
that too.
So I'm feeling that these two cards together mean that they're kind of in a manic sort of state right now, where, they really might be pushing the envelope on things. I don't know if they're feeling pressure from the family, because you have the tree card here. If there's some pressure that they're feeling or they're angry about family.
Is the hidden challenge a decision that he doesn't want to make, but he's forced to make?
Well, or I just feel here, because this card ties into the crossroads really well, that they're about to make a move or that they're thinking about making a move, but they're really confused about what they want to do in life. And I feel here they really feel like they've got to move on something, but and they're putting and also I think there's a lot of stress, whether other people are stressing them or pushing them to do something, or if they themselves are pushing themselves too hard.
Right. I mean, you're indicating that in a way, and I guess that's what it means. Banshee feels is that a lot of this is coming from themselves. It's very likely they need some sort of sense of counseling or even a therapy of some sort,
Well,
or connection with the family too, supporters.
it's possible. I'm not seeing a real dangerous sign here, but what I am seeing is somebody who is very confused about what direction to take, possibly with family or where to go in their life. And they feel like they've got to make a move. They've got to make a decision. The time is now to do something, but maybe they're pushing themselves too hard because they feel under pressure or stress right now. I really feel that this is sometimes the Eight of Wands, even though when it's upright is usually a positive card, it can be too much energy. And when you combine it with the forceful energy of the
And
aggressive,
they're
more
both eight.
aggressive energy of strength reversed, it is showing just too much happening, and they're not handling their stress really well.
I
So,
can't add anything more to that. I feel that if they're being forced to in their own mind to make certain actions or movements, they're not giving it enough forethought. Even though they're trying to, they're ultimately not really working truly from their own heart or their sense of being informed about something.
So it's possible here they're feeling pressure from family. In other words, I don't know, because I'm just thinking about the proximity to strength, but also because of the crossroads. It's like they feel family has expectations of them to go one way, but they want to go another way, and they can't seem to reconcile this. So they have to come to terms with, ultimately, if we're all adults here and your brother is an adult, we all have to make our own choices and decision in life. We don't want to, how do I want to say this? We don't want to deliberately anger our family or anything like that, but as an adult, you have the right to move forward as you see fit and accept that family may not accept it. And maybe that's the problem here. I'm not really sure, but I'm picking up a potential of family or maybe peers. Maybe the people around him, are kind of nudging him to go in one direction when he wants to do something different.
That's a lot to think about.
It is a lot to think about. So if you want more information, try to ask this again. I think maybe we could try to do this again and see if any more clarity comes out about this. But I feel it's as if he really wants to make a move, but is totally uncertain on what is right for him. And he feels pressured. He feels anxious and pressured.
Good luck to Amir.
Yeah, good luck with that. Wow.
All right, lovely.
Well, I have to say, we have had some kind of challenging readings tonight.
And a lot of it would seem to be because of the stars really not helping people understand
And
things.
we've had some good stuff too, so it's a mixed bag. But for those of you just recognize that may have had the challenging readings, Mercury may have a lot to do with it.
And we certainly hope, that as we work through this, things will get better. We'll understand what happened. We'll understand what we were meant to appreciate here. And hopefully, it works out.
So thanks everyone. Look at that. We are finishing on time, but we had less readings tonight and we took our time with that. And hopefully you've all gotten something you can use out of these readings. That's our hope every single time.
I was waiting for that, Kara. I knew Kara still should say goodnight.
Yes, we wait for you to say goodnight before we say goodnight. So thanks everybody once again. Thank you, Kara. Thank you everybody for your support. And hopefully we'll see you again soon. But remember, happy hour is later on Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Watch the monthly modality message tomorrow.
That's right.
In the
And
evening.
Mr. O's emotional exchanges. Okay, everybody, have a great rest of your day or evening, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.